I'm very funny. Say I'm funny, damn you. I hope you're about paused up. Let's see. This game. Again, very standard from the Night Elf. AOW creep in the beginning, going for the Warden. That sort of fucked up multi-everywhere base because you can't just go push him and screw him for it. Like if you got a Demon Hunter. And that's about it. So I guess we'll go ahead and not screw around this game. Unpause it in 3, 2, 1, unpause. I am Emperor of Clan Imperial Guard. That guy's funny. I was actually... it was a couple months ago, I don't know. I think, I might ask Downward's permission to use the little Emperor compilation that he put together in an audio, or maybe I'll just tell Downward to do it, because that was really funny, and you guys should hear it. But those of you that might actually know Emperor, he actually... I gained some respect for him when I found out that he was casting Warcraft 3 League matches on World of Warcraft radio. That was pretty funny, I thought. So, yeah. Anyway, again, you see he's playing aggressive. This time he's not bringing the ghouls as quick, but he's playing aggressive with the Death Knight and charging at the Warden, trying to stop her from creeping freely. Now, this is the thing that bugs a lot of people about the Warden, me included, is that he just, with no effort at all, just D-click and right-click, brought the Death Knight down to half hit points, and frankly, she's got mana to spare. He very nearly got a surround right there. That was pretty good. It's kind of hard to do this on B-net delay, but I think there was a third game between these two that I'm not doing, because he went Demon Hunter, and it wasn't a very terribly good game. But I think they were both complaining about ping a little bit, so I think they might not have the greatest ping. Otherwise, he would probably be getting more of these surrounds, but that's pretty cool. I'll get the wisp there. But yeah, no real reason to just try and whack on the Warden. Archers is another story, but you see for his techniques with dealing with the Warden, it's pretty much surround or bust at this point. So again, Warden just barely has mana to blink out of there. But with just one blink, or maybe it was two, I think it was just one though, he's effectively managed to cut deeply into either the Moonwells, which you'll see he threw up a fourth one, probably just in case he was getting rushed and he doesn't really want to get screwed over by the Undead, obviously. But the surrounds definitely help. They make it harder for the Warden to just freely toss out Shadow Strikes on you. Let's see, is he going to get another one here? No, he's not. Again, throwing up Graveyard, teching, really nothing too special at this point. He's just dancing with the Warden. Gets another, and you see, forces a TP here, I believe. Yeah, surround on the Warden, and hey, bitch doesn't have mana, so she's got a TP out. You'll notice she actually popped a Shadow Strike on the Death Knight, I believe, shortly before she got surrounded, so had she not popped that Shadow Strike, she could have saved herself a TP. But, well, she did. She got greedy, and bitch, you're gonna have to get the fuck out. That's how you deal with the Warden. But, oh, this annoys me. Because Death Knight solo, he can't even deal with 4 archers with, what, 5 ghouls and 2 skeletons and a hero. Oh, that sucked. But, what are you going to do? It's not tier 2 yet, quite, so he can't get potions to keep his Death Knight's hit points up. But, of course, this time he wasn't quite so fortunate as the previous one to slow the Night Elf's tech or any such. Immediately clicking up to tier 3, that's just Vortex style. I know plenty of players who like to throw up a Slaughterhouse, get the second hero, or even start a Fiend or two before they start tier 3. It's pretty much a matter of preference. Preference. I think it's I generally like to start a Slaughterhouse and a Fiend and then Tech, and then do the Lich, and then Lich when Tech is halfway up, because I don't think there's a terribly large amount to gain from having a Lich without Orb, versus Night Elf, that is. So, and again, surround off on the Warden, but this time she's got plenty of mana for Blink. Little bitch. So, but immediately goes in and gets another surround, and this time Blink is on cooldown, so is able to put quite a bit of damage on the Warden, and you see it's being very effective. He's able to keep the Warden off his dick here. Now that the Warden has level 3, he's probably going to buy a potion. I would. It's kind of dangerous not to have one versus the Warden. Also, timing on his Lich. Again, the Lich will come out just shortly before he hits tier 3, when he has that orb. And this time is a much closer game than the last one. I think Twisted Meadows is not quite so much in favor of... Oh, this is really cool. Watch this. Okay, so the Wisp sees the Undead. The Wisp sees his army. Oh, shit. Gosu. Who else saw that? He totally killed or saved his Wisp with that little building. But notice that once he saw the Wisp, he's actually going to get the fuck out of here. And watch what happens. The Warden's going to go up the top, and he's going to send his army around the bottom here. So had he stayed up there, he would have gotten completely fucked over if he didn't TP pretty much straight away. So, again, that's just more Warden fuck you over tactics going down right there. This time he, like I think I mentioned before, is going more for the tier 3 sort of bear army. And I think a lot of times Night Elf players on this map will even though they can, they won't expand quite as freely as they would on some other maps, because they're sort of relying on, once the gold mines run out, they're just going to walk their tree somewhere. But we'll talk about that more later. And at this point, since the Night Elf doesn't actually have a second hero yet, he's not really too worried about creeping level 4 on the Warden. So he's going to grab the Naga here and push. And this sort of situation is kind of a bitch, because right when the Night Elf gets his tier 2 hero out, it's really hard to do these fights. But you'll notice that because he teched very quickly tier 3, the Night Elf is not actually going to have like any Dryads yet, or I guess he does have one, but it's really not very many, as opposed to the ones that stay tier 2, try to expo or whatever. But those are usually Panda players anyways. Which makes it much easier to fight this sort of thing. But Vortex is going to make a mistake here in a minute. I guess it'll be a little longer. Oh yeah, here again, the Death Knight getting focused down by the Naga and the Warden. It's just not really much you can do about that, except kill the Naga, bitch! Ha! Yeah. But there's really not much you can do about that except quite literally kill the Naga. So just got to be careful. And again, Vortex not in any particular hurry to push down the Night Elf or something. But you'll see. Okay. Right about here is when Vortex makes a pretty big mistake. He may well have been able to fight this Night Elf army off, since he went for quick tier 3 and didn't have Dryads or such. But as you're going to see, he is now stuck without a TP on his Death Knight, and is very much not able to deal with